As specialist social welfare solicitors, we meet people all the time that are unable to obtain the support and services they need from social services. Sometimes that is because social services do not agree that the person needs the help they want. However, very often it is because social services are insisting that they are not the ones who are responsible. They might say, "Go and ask another local authority. They're the ones who should be helping you, not us." This can be extremely frustrating, especially when no one seems willing to accept responsibility for assessing and providing the support you need. These issues are not always straightforward, but there are legal principles which determine which local authority is responsible for assessing an individual's needs and providing the necessary services. The rules vary depending on whether we are talking about a child or an adult. For children, the test is relatively straightforward. Where is the child physically present? Where does the child live? That is, in the majority of cases, the first and only question you need to ask. When a child in need lives in the area of a particular local authority, they ought to be the first port of call, even if the child has only recently moved to that area. However, children can be physically present in more than one local authority area on a day-to-day basis. This is where it can get more complex. For example, your child might live in Hackney but go to school in Tower Hamlets, in which case it is quite possible that the two local authorities are under a joint duty to assess and provide services if necessary. We can help you work that out. The test is slightly more complicated for adults aged 18 years and above. You need to consider the question, where is the person ordinarily resident? To answer that question, you need to think about where the person is living and why. Essentially, a person will be considered to be ordinarily resident in a local authority's area if they are settled in that area voluntarily, as part of their regular day-to-day life. Often, this is easy to work out. However, sometimes it isn't. You might be in a hospital, care home or prison in a different area of the country to where you'd lived for years. You may have recently moved or become homeless. Local authorities are always keen to avoid paying for services, especially when they think it might be another authority's responsibility to do so. Sometimes they are right to object, but not always. This is where we often see disputes arise. It is unfair that vulnerable people who need help should be denied timely support because social services can't agree between themselves who is responsible. The courts take a very dim view of such situations, and the reality is that you shouldn't be left hanging while local authorities argue between themselves. Specialist community care solicitors can help you work out who is responsible and make sure that you get the support you need. Legal aid is available to instruct a solicitor. To qualify for legal aid, you will need to be financially eligible. Your case will have to have at least a 50% chance of success. You can check if you qualify for legal aid by entering your financial information into the Ministry of Justice website eligibility calculator.